Hey everyone, we are back, but not with an Orange County video today. We are doing the second episode of Salt Lake City. This episode was quite long. I spent the last 2 hours watching Salt Lake and New York. So I have all my notes and I'm ready. My New York video is going to be coming soon. I'm going to try to get that out as soon as possible. I am leaving tomorrow for a trip, so hopefully I can get everything done that I want to get done today. But anyway, yes, the episode was quite long, and so was New York. They were very, very long. They were an hour, which I don't know if the episodes are typically an hour. I thought they were like 45 minutes because this felt like forever. It felt like it took forever, especially Salt Lake. It was dragging, and I have quite a bit of notes, but the episode was a little rough. So not gonna lie, but we're just gonna get right into episode 2 of Salt Lake. The first thing that happened that I noted was Lisa, Bronwyn, and Heather are in their G-Wagon getting Wendy's or whatever. And I have to say, I say this like pretty much every time I talk about Salt Lake. What the are they wearing? What is Heather wearing? Like, what is Heather wearing out of every, like, Lisa and Bronwyn, whatever. What is Heather wearing? I'm sorry, but like the fashion is so goofy. We're gonna come back to that with Bronwyn in a second, but it is goofballs. It is like, it is so off the rails. I don't know what's going on anymore with Salt Lake. I also put in here that I guess Whitney was really talking crap. The clip that they showed last week, I don't remember the clip they showed last week ever explicitly saying anything about Lisa, and that's why I was like, I don't understand why Lisa's upset, because it seemed like she was talking about everybody, not Lisa. But then they show the clip finally of her actually saying Lisa's name, and saying she was the evil one or whatever on the cast. But what was really interesting was almost the comparison I feel like Heather was making between Bronwyn to Monica. I don't know if that was a foreshadowing for what is to come. Because we saw in the preview of them kind of talking about somebody seemingly doing shady stuff at some point later in the season, so we'll see. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that's a foreshadowing about Bronwyn, but right now Bronwyn is kind of playing all sides of the field, talking out of both sides of her mouth, so that will come up later when we go to the ropes course later in the episode, so stay tuned. Then we cut to Angie and Lisa having a lunch, and I wrote, Angie made the cardinal mistake of crossing Lisa. I feel like it doesn't really matter what you say or do if it's perceived as negative by Lisa Barlow. That's, it's your sure ticket out. I don't know. I do love Lisa, and I was like, I love Lisa, but she has zero ability to self-reflect, which kind of makes her perfect for television. It makes it entertaining, but it also makes it really annoying sometimes to watch, because she's just, I don't know, she really just thinks like, why would you ever criticize me? I'm perfect. I could do no wrong. And it's like, I'm a good friend, all of this. I don't need to self-reflect. You need to self-reflect. Then we're moving on to seeing Bronwyn's house for the first time, meeting her husband, Todd. I was utterly shocked with her husband. I couldn't believe it's like he was the developer or something of the Palm Pilot. He carried the torch at the London Olympics. I was literally talking to the TV. I was like, what? I was like, who the F is this guy? Like, what do you mean? I was like, what? Because I was like, is he British? No, he's not British, I don't think. I was like, what? How? Who, what, when, where, and why? I don't understand. I'm like, who is this man? Who is this man? Other than he's the developer of the Palm Pilot. But how does that get you to the London, carrying the torch at the London Olympics? I have no idea. I don't know how that. People live fascinating lives, and I don't know. I want to know more about this man. What is going on? What is happening? I will say they did a little flashback photo of Bronwyn with her husband like a few years ago. At least she's consistent with her horrible style, because she was also wearing some goofy dress there as well. And oh my god, her home, it was just a giant, I don't know what it is with rich people. They have these giant homes with literally nothing in them. And the stuff she does have in there is like the craziest most gaudy furniture I've ever seen. It's on par, honestly, with Mary's house. It literally is like a slightly nicer version of Mary's house. It is like Willy Wonka's like boat down the chocolate river. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And even that art installation, like I'm all for like modern art and like whatever, you know, I get stuff, you know, okay, like I get stuff like that, I get it. But that chair stacking thing with the neon lights, I was like, this is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen. It's not cool, it's not interesting, it's not. And with her like crazy wackadoo style, I'm like, oh my god. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't want to get it. It's not chic, it's not cool, it's not, I couldn't, I'm not on board with Bronwyn so far. But anyway, that's just my opinion. It's not that big of a deal. I just was like, what is happening? I was like, this is Mary's house. This is Mary's house part 2, 2.0. Then we cut to the ropes course at the end of the episode. I was shocked that everybody participated, like Mary participated, everybody except for Meredith. I was shocked. I didn't think Angie was going to do it, and I didn't think Mary was going to do it, but they all did it except for Meredith, but that's fine. I was just shocked they got that many people to do that ropes course. I also don't understand why everybody has such an issue with Brittany. I kind of like Brittany. I did write, she's like she seems kind of immature. I don't know if that has to do with the like Mormon upbringing. Heather made a good point too of like, I think there's this validation that Mormon women seek with men in their relationships because that's their only way of being like seen as a person in the Mormon church and like let into heaven and affirmed in that way. So I'm like, I get it, but I don't even know. I would assume she's not really a part of the Mormon church anymore, but especially since I think she got a divorce. But I think that kind of religious upbringing just like never fully leaves you when you're just so integrated with it. Also, they're still living in Salt Lake, so it's a huge part of Salt Lake. So I also think it was really mean of Brittany or of Mary to talk crap about like Brittany's kids and stuff and just be like, nobody cares about your relationship. Like, her relationship is immature. I will agree with that. It's weird. It's weird that they're like, we broke up 16 times. It's like, okay. And he went and he asked me to be his girlfriend. It's like, girl, you're not 16. Like, I don't want to age shame you, but like, you're not in high school. Like, what do you mean he asked me to be his girlfriend? You guys were just together like a week ago, weren't you? Bronwyn was being so annoying and then also calling out Brittany and being like, you're being fake and whatever, or you're being like, you're not, she kept calling her like a moron and all this, I don't know, she just kept calling her dumb. And then thank God Heather finally said like, well, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth, so, because you're saying one thing about Whitney to her face and you're saying another thing behind her back. Then Whitney claims that that's not true and that she did tell her X, Y, and Z about her laughing at her at the Bezos party or whatever, but it was like, I don't know, I still think Bronwyn is being shady and weird. I just felt like Bronwyn was also trying to act like so like street. I don't know how you would say it. She was just like trying to act like bopping her head like, girl, it's like, you better keep your words tight, you know. I was like, girl, shut up. Like, stop. I'm gonna start laughing at you right now, okay? But that was cringe. It's like, but anyway, and then we will be seeing, I am so excited. I think we're going to be seeing Trixie again, I would assume, because Whitney has invited everybody on a trip to Milwaukee, which I'm super excited to watch. And they're going to go to the This Is It bar, which is in Milwaukee, owned by Trixie Mattel. And I love Trixie Mattel, so I'm excited. Hopefully she'll be on the show again. I love that Whitney and Trixie are friends. And I honestly can't wait to see the episode with all of them going to Milwaukee on their private jet. on the PJ. So yeah, so that was all my notes. It was kind of brief because it was all kind of the same argument over and over again. So anyway, that was all my notes. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my RHONY episode 1 video, and which I will be making right now after this video. So I'll see you in the next one, and thank you for watching my Real Housewives recap. I have playlists with all of my Orange County recap. These will all be in a playlist too for Salt Lake and RHONY, so check that out. And like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!